Hi everyone, my name is Mandy Taylor and I'm here today to give you a quick tutorial on a brand new Essentials die, Rosanna's Terrace. It's a flip-flop easel and frame die set. You get a total of 6 dies in there, but it's great because you can do your flip-flop cards, you can create lovely easels, either upright or horizontal, and you can get a little stopper in it. So what we're going to try to do today is we're going to try and replicate a version of this for you, okay? So we're using the flip-flop part of the die, and we're using also the layers inside as well. Okay, so let's get started. So what I've got here, I've got a 6x6 card, and what I've done here is I've measured in halfway on my cardstock. So I've come in and marked at 2 7/8 of an inch, and I've marked down 1 1/4 inches just to find my centre point, because I'm going to be using these small flip-flop die piece of the set. What I've done already, I've already created one of my panels inside, because this is the one, I just do that, the one that I need to cut. I find it easy if I put the panel in there already. So I'll flip it back to the front again. So I'm going to line this die up with my cut side facing this. Now the die has a whole cut edge here and one only cuts on the corners. We're dealing with this whole cut edge for the flip part. So I want to make sure that is to the right hand side. I'm going to tape that against those marks we've made, and I'm going to tape that down, okay, so it doesn't move whilst we're die cutting it. Okay, so I'll get my tangerine plates out. I'm popping it with the blade facing down to my orange plate, and I'm going to pop my white plate on top and run it through my tangerine. Now I'm going to run it backwards because I'm cutting through 2 layers. I want to make sure I get a nice crisp clean edge on that. So I'm just going to check that it is, cut it, and we have. So I'm going to remove my die. The tape is very tacky. Maybe I should have detacked before I put that down. Okay. So I'll pop my die back there. Now I've already scored my lines down to, you can see there, comes down to the point of cut. So when I fold my card, this part then will fold back to create my flip-flop. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how we've created this all-round panel. So we've got this beautiful die here with the roses cut out. Again, we're going to cut it twice so that we get that double layer. So I've already cut it once. You can see the beautiful detail you'll get with this die. So we're going to pop it through one more time. So again, I get my tangerine. I'm placing it face down and taping it into place. Again, I'm using a 240 GSM cardstock for this card. A tip when you're winding the machine as well is if you turn the machine to the side and wind from the side, it's an easier wind for you. Rather than put all the pressure in the front of the machine, you'll find it easier. Just check that's cut. Oops, I think you might see it's cut. Beautiful cut, detail every time with the tonic dies. Just going to give that a light tap. Get as many bits out as I can first of all. Remove my tape. Just move that away. 1 or 2 little pieces left, but you can see there it's cut beautifully first time through. Just pop my die back there so we don't lose it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to overlay these together, and I've just reversed it up so we get the flowers either side. So I'm going to use the funky glue. So the glue has got a very strong bond. It is my preferred glue. So I'm going to overlay this panel on top that panel and line it up. Okay, give it a firm press down. As you can see there, you've created a beautiful panel with all that detail going round. So the next thing I've done is using I've already pre-cut this for you, but using the die flip-flop part we already used at the beginning, so it's the same die, what I've actually done is I've cut this out of white cardstock, and then all I've done is I've spun it, put it back through again, and cut out the outside shape. Then I've placed the verso part of the die, which is absolutely stunning with the detail there, onto the centre, tape that down and run it through the machine. And I've done that twice, so I want one for the front and one for the inside. Also what I've done, I've got this beautiful velvet paper, but what I've done exactly the same, but I haven't cut the verso part out, and I've cut that twice for my layers. There's a lot of layer in this card, but I think it's so worth it when you've got the finished result. So I'm going to start popping my little details together, again with my funky glue. The reason why I've used the reverse, you may notice I've not using the dark side of my velvet paper, is I just want tone on tone with the card, and I think it suits it better. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that one on there. Over glued there, pop them back in my hand, pop that down onto there. Layers ready for you. Okay. What I need a big layer to go in the centre, so I'm going to show you with the large die the process again there. So this time I'm popping the die, get my plates back out, put more bits on the floor, sorry. So I'm going to pop that onto my mat and I'm going to run it through. There we go. And what I'm going to take that die off. This is how we created the smaller panels. Because I've got the cut lines there. I'm going to flip my die so that my cut end is now this side. Okay, so my cut side is going back. Now if you put the die back over, you can actually feel it into the groove, so you know you've got it in the right place. Pop that down, pop it through. Okay. So that's how you can use the dies to create your matte and layering panels in your Rosetta Terrace. Okay. Just remove that, and there you have a beautiful matte and layer. Let me just pop that trim there. There we go. Okay. So it's so versatile, this set. There's so much you can do with it when you play with it. Okay. So let me get these little bits of layers done for you. We'll start layering this card up, and I'll come and show you how we've done the detail. So I'm just going to put my base layer into the centre of my card. Again, I'm using this gorgeous velvet paper that I found in my craft stash. Okay, probably covered in glitter paste at the moment. There you go. So I'll pop that down there. I'm going to pop this panel on here. Okay. Now I'm going over this bit we've cut because we've got a panel that's going to cover this, and it's much easier to do this than start trying to fiddle with getting shaped panels. Okay. It's very hard to get it in the right place. So I'm going to pop that there. Okay. So you can see so far. And then I'm going to pop one just down here as well. There we go. It's such a simple way to do a flip-flop card on this scale with these new dies. Okay, so that's what we've got now so far. Then what I've done to create a mat and layer to go on here, I've taken the large die that we used here and I have drawn a pencil line around the outside of it and then cut it out with the scissors. And I've just taken the points off on this one. But that then will act as a little bit of a border, but of a popper colour behind that. Okay, so I'll stick that down. Like that. And then I'm going to add that one to it. Okay. I said there's lots of layers on this card. I just wanted to show you how versatile these dies were for your mat and layering. Okay, so now I'm just going to add this to this. Just pop that into centre there, making sure I haven't got anything in the fold here. Okay, then these little panels then, I'm just going to trim slightly because I want them to fit into exactly into my panels there. There's just little bits there of my paper stuck out. We want to look nice. Okay. So that, he says, trim that off still. Okay. It's going to glue onto there. Checking I was gluing the right bit then. Okay, so you're going to pop that onto there because we can still open it. Okay, so we've got that. And I'm going to pop the second one then over the join bit there, trimming this little bit here so it fits nicely. The reason why I'm trimming it is because I don't want it to catch when it flip-flops backwards or forwards because it's not actually in the card, it's on top of the card. And if I trim it very, very slightly, it doesn't get in the way of the fold. There we go. Okay. I'm going to glue that there. So we're gluing that directly over there. Again, just making sure everything opens where it's supposed to open. Okay, excuse me, bits everywhere. Okay, now if you look on the card, we've got some overlaid pieces for decoration. Again, taken from the main die. So if I show you one here, so what I've done, clean die. So what I've done here is I've cut out 3 strips, just 2-inch strips of white card, and then cut this, just the edging out with the white, and I've just done it once with a strip of pink card to create the embellishments. And all you do then is I've just trimmed the rows from the die cut. Okay, so it's nice and easy because I only want the head of the rows. Okay, so we've trimmed those. And for the roses here, this is the same border, but I've already started trim. I've trimmed one rose out, so I'm just going to take the second one out for you. Put all the rubbish to one side. It's ever so easy, so I just shape a leaf shape round on that edge corner. Okay. I just take that one out and shape that one. Okay, so there we've got our embellishments as well then. Okay. So I'll just take that out as well, sorry. You know when you're not happy with something, you're going to do that as well. It's too chunky. Okay, I'll just snip that out. So I'm talking to myself going around here, trying to snip things out. Okay, we'll just use those as our embellishments now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly pop these roses onto here. You could have put them on before, probably would have been a better idea, but I just wanted to show you some of the layering up straight away. I'm going to pop a bit of glue in the back of my hand. If you're doing this, please make sure you patch test to make sure you've got no allergies to the glue, though it is non-toxic. So I'm just going to pop these on here. One on each flower. Into there. So what I like about this set, it's so easy to create your own embellishments, your own backgrounds, because these could be used as a faux embossed look on your card as well, by doing lots of them into the background instead of an embossing folder. Make sure I get the right flower onto the right one. Okay. They are slightly different, the two flowers. There we go. Let's see if that there. Okay. Okay, so we've done that. These two I'll pop on before I stick them on. I've got enough glue there. Everyone knows I'm not very good with the back of the hand trick. I normally am a bit of a dabber, but I've been challenged by so many people now to use the do it the Tonic way that I'm giving it a go. But I'm not sure if I'm very successful with it, to be honest. There we go. Let's pop that onto there. There we go. So you got two rose embellishments. Let's pop them onto the card. So I'm going to have one on there and one at the top. Okay. It's coming down here. Okay, so you can see what we've got so far. Okay. Also in this set, you get this lovely little sort of square cabochon, I suppose you'd call it. Little square embossed details with lovely little stitching around the edges. So I've cut them on each for the centre for each of the panels. So we'll pop that into there. Put one onto the side there, some 3D foam on the back to give it a little bit of depth. Okay. There we go. I got a couple of little butterflies from one of our older die sets. So this time I'm going to do detail glue here, because I only wanted to glue it in the centre. Okay. I'll pop that onto there. Pop one on the inside. Too much glue there. Pop one there. A couple of seconds to take. Okay. Then I have a little "just for you" wording from one of our, I think it's one of our pansy sets actually. A bit more glue. On there. This is a bit where I get this straight now. Okay, so I'm going to pop that into there, pop it down, and then I have a little bow here. I'll pop that on, so a 3D with a foam pad just for quickness. And there you go.